Okay, so good afternoon, or good morning, sorry. I'm with Jennifer Cole, and we're at the LGA Fire Conference talking about national resilience, and there was an interesting comment about the role of insurance firms in creation of fire service.
It's interesting. Historically, the fire services were originally raised by insurance companies. Companies like Sun Alliance basically saw a return on investment benefit of sending people to put out a fire so that the damage was less and therefore they didn't have to pay out so much of an insurance claim. And as we kind of move forward into really the fire services becoming a national asset following the wars and the need for national join-ups, as we go now perhaps into an era where flooding is more important and flood insurance is obviously a big issue, whether there could potentially be more collaboration between perhaps fire services and the insurance industry on flood prevention, on flood defences, on educating people about flood risk management, and actually bringing back that relationship between the fire and rescue services and the insurance industry in preventing the need really for the response and rescue side of the impact.
That's very interesting. It's because it's something that was briefly touched on yesterday morning. I don't know if you were here yesterday morning.
No.
So Peter Holland, the CFRO, made a comment that we should be talking about how much the value of fire is in terms of intervention at fires. So if you attend a kitchen fire, for example, and you save a house, we should not talk about the cost of the loss of the kitchen, but actually the saving the value of the house that could have been lost in terms of our early intervention. And it's something I think that fire services and the unions should be looking at more, getting some engagement with those insurance firms to see what the true cost is of those early interventions in fires.
Yeah, and I think again, not only so much with fire but actually with flooding as well, that there are huge long-term benefits, and perhaps long-term flooding can quite often have more of an impact on fire because the time it takes to dry out the house, to rewire all the electrics.
Yeah. Well, we've seen with the flooding that we've had now, that initial it happening and people being flooded out, and they're going to be like that for months potentially.
Yeah.
And if it's like, we get the usual April showers that we get, then it happens all over again. So the risk that we face with flooding is key. I don't really think people have grasped the nettle of it really yet in how they're going to deal with it.
And I think also particularly with floods, the community impact, that a house fire still generally only destroys one house, whereas a flood could actually affect a much larger community, 2 or 3 streets and local businesses. And part of the recovery is actually not only looking at perhaps where the flood damage has been, but actually how that's affected businesses because their staff can't get into work in the morning, or because their tools have been damaged, but actually the person can still get into work if they were re-employed with another company. And so I think that kind of bigger picture around the flooding is, again, something that we haven't really had to look at in that way before, but it's a way forward.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and it was a good speech. I really enjoyed your presentation, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.